Hi everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and this week I want to apologize. There's a little bit of a delay getting to the next film in my Essential Movie series. I am actually still waiting for the disc to arrive from Netflix. I was a little lax in sending in my most recent watch, or my most recent rental from Netflix, so I'm waiting for the disc to arrive. So bear with me as we wait for City Lights to arrive in the mail. So it'll probably be in the next 2 or 3 days I'll have that review up. But I did make a trip out today to a local used DVD store that I don't go to too often. They usually don't have too much, or what they have is usually in pretty bad shape. But I lucked out today. I actually got 4 DVDs that I'll share with you in a movies I've purchased recently type video that I'll be putting up at the end of the month. And but one of the movies that I did pick up today was this, and that is 1968's Barbarella, Queen of the Galaxy with Jane Fonda. Now, this is not on any essential movie lists. The only movie list that would be on is movies that are horrible or incredibly cheesy, or movies that can find any way possible to try to get the star of the movie naked. That's about the only lists that this movie would be on. Barbarella is considered a classic in some circles. I'm not entirely sure why, unless we're going strictly on the definition of classic as in old movie. It is from 1968, so it's 42 years old. Basically, the plot is pretty ridiculous. Barbarella is apparently some sort of secret agent or something for the Republic of Earth, and she's contacted by the President of Earth. This takes place in like the year 40,000 AD or something ridiculous like that. So she's contacted by the President of Earth to follow this evil genius who's supposedly 25 years old by the name of Duran Duran. There's some debate on how that's actually spelled, whether it's D-U-R-A-N, D-U-R-A-N, or D-U-R-A-N-D, because, of course, there's a band called Duran Duran, and I've always heard that the band took the inspiration from their name, or the inspiration for their name, from a character in this movie. So I'm not sure which it is, if it's really Duran Duran or Durant Durant. But it really sounds like Duran Duran. Anyway, Barbarella is supposed to chase after this evil genius, Duran Duran, because he's created something called the positronic ray that could pose a great danger to humanity. Apparently in 40,000 AD, there is no war. People greet each other by saying love. Remember, this was made in the 60s. So Duran Duran and his positronic ray pose great danger to humanity, and he must be stopped at all costs. So Barbarella flies her plush, shag-carpeted spaceship into the Lithian system or something like that, and she crash lands on this planet and is beset upon by a group of evil children who try to attack her with killer dolls. She's rescued by something called a catchman, who then proceeds to want to have sex with her. And she says that she doesn't understand what that means because there isn't a pill involved. Apparently, in the year 40,000 AD, making love has been reduced to taking a pill and holding hands. So he introduces her to the old-fashioned way of making love. And that begins the sequel, or the sequence of events that basically happens in this film. She meets a man who then saves her life. Then she feels the need to repay him by having sex with him. That's pretty much it. She finds various ways to get her clothes torn off or removed, and then she mysteriously finds a new outfit that just happens to fit exactly, and fit really well. And it's all accompanied by one of the worst soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. This film was directed by a man named Roger Vadim, or Roger Vadim. The entire crew, and I believe there were like 8 writers on this. It's based on a comic by Jean-Claude Forest, so it does have some, fantastical qualities to it, but when it was pushed through 8 screenwriters, it turned into a psychedelic shitstorm. That's basically the only way I can describe this film. With a PG rating, and I would strongly recommend that if you trust the movie ratings, you don't trust the rating on this. This was PG before there was an R, and there is quite a bit of nudity in this film. The themes of the film are very adult in nature, so if you pick this up and you're not really paying attention, don't show this to your kids based on the fact that it's PG, because it's really not PG in nature. But as an adult, I didn't enjoy it. Let's put it that way. It's adult in nature, but I thought it sucked. I will say this. The special effects are inventive, although they're rather poor in their execution. The set designs and some of the concepts for the costumes and for the sets themselves are really, really imaginative and very cool. And that would probably be the only thing I would have to say about this that's complimentary in any way, shape, or form, other than the fact that Jane Fonda looks pretty good naked. I can say that too. And the 5-minute opening credit sequence is considered something of a classic among film viewers because it's sort of an anti-gravity striptease. It's cool. I'll give it that. But that's it, really. The sets, some of the costumes are pretty cool, and the opening credit sequence is all I can really recommend about Barbarella, Queen of the Galaxy. The rest is awful. So I'd give this movie a 2 out of 10 if I'm really stretching it to give some credit to those sets and the costumes and Jane Fonda naked. Without Jane Fonda, this movie's a 0.5 out of 10. It's awful. The good thing about this film is when I took it up to the register to buy it, I don't know if I'll actually be able to catch this on camera, but if you look at the center hub on that, you can see there's a crack. The guy who runs the store and owns the store, he said that he didn't know if this would work in a DVD player, so he gave this movie to me for free. And even as a free film, I can't recommend it. So it works. No damage to my DVD player other than the damage it did to my brain. So there you go. Barbarella, Queen of the Galaxy. But anyway, stay tuned to the Media Assault channel here on YouTube for more movie, music, and video game reviews coming up. Of course, my Essential Movie series will be continuing with City Lights with Charlie Chaplin coming up in the next couple of days, and I should be back on track right after that with many more of those to come. And feel free to comment, rate, subscribe. Love to hear from you. And that's about it. So thank you very much for watching. Take it easy.